Okay, hi everyone. Good evening to everybody who's listening from India, and good morning, good afternoon to everybody else who's listening from anywhere else. So, this is just greetings for you. So, I am here today. My name is Divya. I'm Divya Madhur, and I'm a spiritual coach. What am I doing here today? Well, I'm here today to just remind you that a whole beautiful life is possible. So I am a spiritual coach. I basically help people to live their best lives. And what do I mean when I say best lives? So I'm on a mission to really help 1 million people to live their best lives. What is the best life? We talk about so much about our dreams, our dream life, and things that we want to have in our life. Say relationships, health, friends, great career, a lot of money, right? All of that. So a combination of all of these is a best life. Plus, best life is not something that the world defines that you gotta get married, have a kid, have a job, and stuff like that. Not that. Best life is something that feels best to you in your heart, in your body. So when I work with people teaching about how to live their best life, I'm talking about them connecting with their hearts, with their bodies, and reaching out into their own soul and accessing that wisdom, that love, and creating that best life. So that's what I do. That's my work in teaching you how do you live your best life. And so this, how this inspiration came around for me when my health was really not in a good shape. My finances were not in a good shape, and my relationships were not doing well, and everything. I think everything I consider, which is how life should be, is what we are taught when we are coming to India. None of this was in place, and I had followed every single step, literally every single step in order for me to have the best life that I would have thought I should have had if I did all of that. So I did everything I was told to do. And then I realized something was missing. Have you guys felt like that? That you've done literally everything that somebody told you. They told you, okay, study well. They told you, learn this, learn that, get married, have children, more children, then, do some more stuff, get promoted in your jobs, earn more money and get more things, buy a bigger house, buy a bigger car, and just keep increasing things in your life. And then at some point of time, you're like, okay, I've done everything, but why am I not happy inside of me? Well, that was when my journey started. I started to question this thing, constantly saying, okay, why am I not happy? Why am I not feeling the contentment? Why am I not feeling what everybody said is at the end of that bridge that I've just crossed? And I keep crossing one bridge after another, and another, and I'm still here, feeling unsatisfied, feeling unhappy, feeling like I've lost, feeling like I was a failure. All of these kind of feelings and expressions kind of led me to question this. It kind of led me to, start wondering why constantly, like what is there which will bring me that happiness, what is there which will bring me that contentment. And that's precisely where my spiritual journey started. And I started to realize that, whoever said that there was a formula to success or happiness didn't tell us that the formula is individual. Did you get that? Did not tell us that the formula is individual. And that's exactly what I do. I allow and help you guys to, to everybody who works with me to really capture and find out through the tools of healing, through the tools of coaching, through the tools of mindset work, through the tools of energetic work, to find out what is their personal formula of success, of happiness, of contentment, of joy. And when I say success, I'm not talking about the worldly success. I'm talking about the success that feels right in your heart. Now, let's take an example. For somebody, a small hut and a happy life and good food every day could be success. It may not be for you, maybe for somebody it would be. For someone, a big villa, a very big bungalow, and say really like a fleet of cars and a great flourishing business is what they would define as success. For someone, another person, just going to their job, being a teacher, gives them all the happiness and contentment in life. So there are so many perspectives. There's so many views on how and what success could be, on how and what happiness could be, on how and what joy could be. And we are usually all stuck to this one definition that was told to us as we were growing up, or probably through our families, through our, say media, through society. And we're all running that race to kind of get there. And when we get there, we are like, okay, but whatever I was running for, I've still not got that. But I've crossed every hurdle, every step that I was told about. So I am a healer, and I use the techniques of healing to work through that. And when I say that, healing, what does healing mean? Healing means that, we are, so let's take an example first for me to kind of bring you the essence of what healing does. So say if you've got injured, got a bruise, what happens? There is a part of your top layer skin and the tissues and stuff that have come out, and I'm talking something which has gone deeper, 3-4 layers deep into the top layers of our skin, and you can see like the blood is coming out. So what happens? That's a wound, right? You would classify that as a wound. Now what would you do? Would you go and put a pencil or anything else into that wound again and again and again, or would you want it to heal? Would you want it to be fully back to your wholeness of that skin, that layer, wherever it has got misplaced? So um, you would most likely apply some creams, some lotions. You apply some kind of, sometimes some people apply powder and stuff like that. So there are different kind of ointments and different kind of creams or different kind of medicines you would apply, be it allopathy, ayurveda, whatever, like, but you will apply something in order for you to heal that area of yourself, heal that physical part of your body which has got bruised, which has got that injury, which has got that wound. But every single day we kind of go through these events in our life where we feel hurt, where we feel manipulated, where we feel betrayed, where we feel somebody said something to us which we did not like, which made us feel really bad inside our hearts. We feel emotions of heartbreak, we feel emotions of comparison. Sometimes we feel like a failure, many such things. And these are not things that happen once in a while a physical wound may not happen every day, an emotional wound is happening almost every day, if not every day, very frequently. A mental emotional wound is happening every day, of self-doubt, of questioning ourselves, of questioning our, who we are, why are we here, or questioning just the fact that why am I doing what I'm doing, why I'm in the relationship that I am in, why there is no money in my life, or why there is constantly a crisis in my life. So stuff like that, we're constantly questioning ourselves. Now these are wounds. These are wounds. We have to start understanding that emotional, like, physical wounds can be seen, emotional and mental wounds can't be seen, but they can be felt. So a wound is still a wound. So what do we do? What do we do on an everyday basis? We constantly go and put ourselves in difficult situations and keep on poking that wound every single time. If somebody is hurting us, we still go be with them, try to please them, and become better for them in order for them to have this relationship. To not let that person go, to just keep them in our lives so that they don't leave us. Same way, sometimes we are compromising our financial boundaries just because we want to hang out with some people and overcome it ourselves, or maybe show to some people that this is what is there with us and I am so successful and stuff like that. The same way, we sometimes keep up with unhealthy toxic relationships. Sometimes we keep up with unhealthy toxic habits which don't leave us feeling very fulfilled, but we just do that because we want to belong in some space. So sometimes you just are doing a part of a habit. So let's say if you are in art and crafting or just anything, I mean, not necessarily art and craft, a lot of times you would see, so you would see yourself in a certain setting. Why? Because you want to relate with people. We are social beings, another day, we're human beings. But what's happening every time you engage in those spaces, you're constantly getting wounded. But it's not a new wound always, it's an old wound which you're constantly going and poking. What does healing do? Healing closes, heals that emotional mental wound that's there in us which we cannot see. So if somebody betrayed us at some point in time, and if we constantly keep looking, kind of meeting people who are betraying us, then there is a wound which is not got healed. Just like a physical wound, if a wound is not healed, it will attract dust, it will attract flies, it will attract any kind of, open particles, and, small, we can say very small, tiny creatures also. But in the space of emotional and physical wound, it's not really those creatures as dust, it's people and experiences in the form of those dust and creatures. So, what does healing do? Healing really goes back into the point where your wound was first created, and it heals from there. Which means that even if more dust was to come in, even if more creatures was to come in, impacted. Why? Because the wound is not open, right? A simple analogy is the wound is not open. So if say somebody, your skin is fully whole here, and somebody does this, will it hurt you? If it's a gentle touch, will it hurt you? It will not. But if it is an open wound, that just touches like this, it will hurt you. It will cause you. Why? Because the wound. So when we talk about emotional and mental wounds, so many of our wounds are open, and these wounds don't get created right now as adults. These wounds get created even when we were small little kids, and so many times we've not healed from them. So many times we have not. Most of the time, I would rather say, we've not healed from them. Most of the time, we have not faced them in the face and said, "Okay, I'm standing right in front of you. I want to heal you, and tell me what's going on." And then we really delve into what is going on. So what does healing do? Healing really goes back to the cause of where your wound was created. It heals it from there and creates a new mindset, a new body behavior, where you can now operate into the space of growth, you can now operate into the space of expansion, you can now operate into the space of love. And what do I mean when I say that? When I say if a wound, a possible wound would be because you believe you are not intelligent. Many of us carry that. I have carried that for years, that I'm not an intelligent child because I didn't do very well in school. But intelligence has nothing to do with our education. That is just one part of our life. Intelligence can mean so many other things. Now, I used to believe that I was not intelligent, and I'm sure a lot of you would resonate when I'm saying that. So, if you believe you're not intelligent, and somebody literally comes and says that to you, or maybe say if you fail a competition, what will happen? That wound will be very sore. And every time something like that happens, and every time we don't win a competition and we don't receive the love and acknowledgement of your loved ones, the support of your loved ones, what will happen? You will eventually you will continually start feeling you're unintelligent, you're not intelligent, and it keep becoming sore and sore and sore. The wound is only going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. What would healing do if such a situation arises? Healing would go back to the first point where I am not intelligent kind of belief system, thought process was created. It will heal any kind of pain that is stored in your body, in your heart, from believing that you are not intelligent, and then close that pattern of feeling or feeling like you're unintelligent, and create a new pattern, wise. If that's the replacement feels right for you, that you are wise, that you are intelligent, that you are smart, anything that feels right for you. Again, there is no restriction on, like in a world of what we see outside, there's a lot of restriction on what you define as success, what you define as love, what you define as joy, what you define as happiness. But in the world when we're working with ourselves, there's no limitation what you can believe, quite literally. There is no limitation to who you can be, which means that if you want to be an intelligent person, you can be. If you want to be a wise person, you can be. Whoever you want to be, you really can be. And when I'm saying this, I don't mean it in the way of just motivating you right now. I'm literally saying it in the meaning of what I'm living today as an individual, and what my clients, when I work with them, they are living today. There are clients who worked with who believe they could not have children. They now have children. There are clients who had severe diseases and they believe that is how they have to die, and they don't have to. They are now living healthy. The same way, your clients, there are clients who I've worked with and they have also had difficult relationships, and when those relationships were painful, they thought that there was no way out and they had to live with pain. But today they are not living with that pain. They are living with healed relationships. Some of them have left their relationship to move into better relationships. Some of them has their current relationships. That really depends on what you want to bring into your life, right? So that's what I was talking about in terms of building a best life. A best life is not about what our parents think. A best life is not about what society thinks. A best life is not about what media thinks or media kind of propagates. It's not about what people we surround think. It's also not about what your friends think. A lot of times we get influenced. Our friends say, okay, I've got this job with so much bugs, and we're like, okay, no, I also need one. But then when you start to see, does that feel right to you? If it does not, then it's not for you. For some people, business is the thing. For some people, job is the thing. So there are so many different ways we can have success. There's so many different ways in which we can experience the wholeness of our life. There are so many ways in which we can experience the bestness of this life. I mean, there's no word like that. But the best life is not a singular word. Best life is multitude of perspectives, multitudes of views, multitude of experiences that people have. You can, maybe you can do a small exercise. List down 5 different people who you think are successful, and then start to see the differences in all of them. Start to see how different are when they say they are successful. One is successful. So let's take an example. If somebody is a singer, they're successful in singing, but if they had to be put on acting, maybe they will not be successful in acting, but they are successful in singing, and that's what matters to them. Then probably there's somebody who's successful as a banker, but if you put that person to sing, they may not be successful at singing, probably. Some may be, some may not be. So is that successful doesn't mean somebody who sings well? No. So the point at the end of the day is that anybody anybody and everybody for that matter needs to really tune into their heart, to their body, to know what is success for them. And that's what healing does for, as work. When I mean, like I told you that I was stuck in these situations where I followed the whole path of, get study, get a job, get married, get kids, and stuff like that. And then that's a success formula, and you will end up with a happy life. Well, it may work for some people, but it does not work for everyone. And most of the clients that I see now, most of the people that I meet now, they're really kind of trying to decode the whole idea as to, I really think I'm still not happy. I'm still not content. I'm still not healthy. I'm still not feeling like this is what I wanted. Most of them are not in the best of jobs. Most often people are in constraints because they want to earn money. That's it, because they want to earn money. They want jobs that they want to do, that they would like to do or they would love to do. So it's really a matter of different views. So what has healing done for them? Healing has done for them in this way: they have first been detached to the stories that they've heard from media, from anywhere else, which in any way was not aligned to their soul purpose, their soul calling. One. The second step to this works is it is aligning to what our soul kind of understands as success, what our soul is here to create as success, and literally third step is to creating that. How do you create that? Is by changing your mindset, by changing the trauma stored in the body, by healing that wound of emotions that is stored in your heart, which has not been healed so far. So it really, when we talk about healing, it works on everything. It works on our mind, it works on our body, it works on our heart. And when we talk about how do we create our best life, creating our best life is a combination of working with these 3 aspects of us: heart, body, mind. These 3 aspects kind of come together to create the life that we want to create. And healing enables that. And that's why when I say healing, I say that healing can really reach every area of our life. It's not only to do with health, it's not only to do with wealth, it's not only to do with the relationships, it's not only to do with the environment. Every area of our life, literally every area of our life. Why? Because every area of our life is a summary of certain belief systems, is a summary of certain behavior patterns, and healing kind of allows us to step out of those limiting patterns, limiting belief system into growth mindset, into growth belief system, into growth behavior and habits. So that's what healing does for us. And why another aspect for what I found very interesting with healing is that there are many modalities and many ways of healing. It's not just one. The one that I practice is theta healing and emotional freedom healing. More often, you would find me practicing theta healing with people I work with. Emotional freedom technique is something that I use as a supplement modality to do. And both of these work very well in conjunction because theta healing clearly addresses all the mindset challenges, our subconscious thinking patterns. But I'll come to that as to what do I mean when I say subconscious thinking patterns. So, and emotional freedom technique, which is called EFT in short form, addresses our body stored traumas. We can tap on certain marine points or pressure. Wherever we do acupressure, those are meridian points. So we focus on the point in EFT are just focused on the top part of our body in most cases to release the stored trauma, to release the stored pain, to release the emotions which have not been released. So the work that happens in the work that I do in terms of the changes that come across are very much across our whole being. It's not related to just one aspect of us, it's related to the whole of us. So to give you a brief summary, so we are all, we've all kind of got born, like we were born and we are now living, irrespective, we have families or we don't. We've grown from babies to toddlers to kids to adults, teenagers, and then adults. So in this process, we have come across many experiences. We have come across many kind of events. Some give us joy, some give us a lot of pain and sadness. So when we go back, we'll start to realize that all these belief systems, like I gave an example of not being intelligent, the same way it can be that nobody loves me. And wisdom when you constantly have people coming into your life and hurting you in different ways. A belief system could look like I'm not good enough, where you're constantly trying to please others and trying to prove that they should love you, they should take care of you, or they should be with you if at all, if not care for you. So it may feel like you're not good enough. This there could be another belief that say I'm not worthy, which means if you're constantly wanting to get good things in your life, and every time you hit a roadblock and you say that okay, I mean, no good things happen in my life, because also says I'm not good things in life, I don't deserve things in life. There could be another belief where it says you're constantly in a money crisis. There could also be a belief saying that I will never make money no matter what, or I will never save money no matter what. So, beliefs, there are millions and millions of beliefs. So the interesting point over here is that these belief systems are stored in our subconscious mind. And how do they get created? They get created when we were little children and we were just observing everybody. We learned experiences, people talk. Told us that you will never get good marks in maths. Then you probably all your life started to believe that yeah, I'm not good at maths, get good marks, right? So these are small examples I'm giving you that day-to-day life, and you could understand how your beliefs are playing in the background. So most of the beliefs are formed in our childhood and they play out in our adulthood. How does that happen? Because there's something called subconscious mind where our beliefs are stored. 95% of our life is run by our subconscious mind. So a lot of times when we're trying to sort things as adults, it's not getting sorted because something that happened in the childhood is might may feel unbelievable. It is. And anybody here who's watching us right now, please feel free to share in comments, ask questions, share anything that you would like to in comments. I've just been so excited. I'm sharing all that is coming naturally to me right now, but to share how healing has literally transformed my life. And I'll share it where I am. So, we were talking about subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind kind of rules most of the life that we are living right now. You kind of thought when you wake up in the morning and you just know where the brush is, you know where the paste is or toothpowder, whatever you're using, and you just reaches out for it and you immediately just it's such an action, you don't do it consciously, subconscious already. Like when I drive, I realize there are so many times I apply brakes without realizing them because my body is so programmed to know that it's at this kind of stuff. Like if something is approaching or you are approaching something, then you apply brakes. So it's just something very interesting in that way to look at. uh, this is subconscious place. There are just things which are our habits. Yeah, that's it. So to give you an insight, my work that I was doing for the past so many years, I was bedridden, I had no money, my marriage was in tatters, I didn't have good relationship with my child, and I just did not know where I was going, what I was doing. I was very suicidal, if that was, if I can really honestly share that. But today, I run my own business. I work with a social organization. I have a beautiful relationship with my child. I have moved out of my marriage because it was not aligned for me. I am a coach now. I'm now a TEDx speaker. So, it's, and my health is amazing. It's just so beautiful. My emotional, mental, physical health is amazing. Of course, things happen in between, and then I can recover from that because I have a tool called healing with me, and I can go back to it and keep harnessing. So, I now, so this is what the process has been for me, and I'm just so excited to share all of these things with you, and to let you know that you deserve to live your best life, that you deserve the dream life that you've been dreaming of. It's a universe wants you to live your dream life, and that's why you have those. That's why you have those aspirations. It's not just some fancy stuff, right? So, how can you contact me if in case you're getting curious about that, you would like to know more, you would like to probably work with me, or maybe just understand what this is further? You can reach out to me on my website, which is www.divyamadhur.com. My full name is DIVA Madhur.com, or you could write to me at hello@divyamadhur.com. Hello, HELLO at divyamadhur.com. And we can talk about how can we work through this based on where in your life. So I kind of conduct right now healing sessions. I do coaching sessions, I do group coaching sessions as well. And I also do like a mastermind, which is with you for longer rather than just one stuff, because of course our life needs not just one session, it's a series of changes and transformations that we're working with, and every session is of course effective. um, Most of my sessions, in fact all my sessions now are online. I'm available to take sessions online, so there's no restrictions on where are you based. We can always set this up online, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, to bring in a new way of thinking, to bring in a new way of feeling in your life, and experience your best life. You deserve it. You were sent here in this body to experience life. You were not sent here to shrink and be small, to please people. You were sent here to really love, to shine in your truth, to honor your truth, to be who you are. Just be who you are. And you know how much magic there is when you are yourself. Everything in this world is so beautiful, it's full of love. And when you feel that love, you love yourself and you love the world. It's something magical, right? It's a Pandora box. You feel like you're opening just one thing, and when you open it, it's a Pandora's box which is full of treasures and treasures. And when this part of your life opens up, wherever you're stuck right now, wherever you feel limited right now, you would not believe the amount of miracles and magic that will unfold. I just work for it every single day. I can keep on talking about it, but I would like to wind up here, wrap up here, and just remind you that you deserve your best life. You deserve your dreams. Your dreams are this universe's way of fulfilling its own purpose. So you are a messenger. You are a channel of the world becoming a better place. The more you love, the world moves into love. So feel free to write an email to me. You can go to my website. You can search me on social media handles. I'm there on Facebook. I'm there on YouTube, Instagram. I'm there on with Madhur, and I'm more than happy to support you in this journey. To be a witness of your transformations, to be a witness of your magic and miracles. And I look forward to meeting you soon. So I'm wishing you guys again a very, very amazing day in life and this year. I've just completed doing the vision board work, party, and it's been amazing. So just getting ready to experience the beauty of this life. So see you soon. Thank you so much. Feel free to drop in comments. and questions. I'd love to answer them. Thank you so much. I'll see you again.